The story goes that after Plato's teacher, Socrates, was forced to drink the poison at that most unwilling of graduation ceremonies in Athens, Plato completely lost it. He slapped his thigh and declared, "This dreadful place, Athens, elected a bunch of idiots who killed my teacher. Democracy? I call it dumbocracy." Carrying a deeply negative review of the Athenian democratic system, Plato decided to embark on a spontaneous world tour and philosophical fact-finding mission. He packed his bags and journeyed through the Greek peninsula, mysterious Egypt, and the boot-shaped land of Italy. His teacher, Socrates, was a master of the spoken word, who never wrote a thing, leaving behind only troubles and golden quotes for posterity. But Plato, he perfectly inherited his teacher's mind while turning into a full-blown writing fanatic, traveling and scribbling furiously with incredibly high output. Only one grand question occupied his mind: where is the ideal state? Who is qualified to be its CEO? And how can laws be enforced without ending in fatalities as they did in Athens? While deep in thought, a city-state located about 200 kilometers southwest of Athens successfully caught his attention: Sparta. Sparta, an ancient city-state established around the 11th century BC, had a territory of about 6,000 to 8,000 square kilometers, slightly larger than Shanghai but less than half the size of Beijing, and a population of 200,000 to 400,000. But what fascinated Plato was certainly not the location of this real estate, but its completely, strictly, and outrageously militaristic management model. The Spartans were Dorian invaders from the north. They relegated the original inhabitants, the Helots, to slave status, and then established a bizarre ancestors' rule for themselves. The land belongs to us, but we won't farm it. Our one sacred and unshakable profession is warfare. They leased the land to the Helots, collected rent while lounging around, and dedicated all their time to training professional combat personnel. Their life was practically an ancient military manual designed to be anti-human desire. As soon as a child was born, a specialized doctor, the ancient quality inspector, would perform an assessment. If the baby was deemed an unhealthy, defective product, they were immediately discarded, losing their eligibility to live. The approved healthy babies, regardless of gender, were sent to training schools from the age of 3. Boys were destined to become killing machines, while girls were meant to possess a robust physique to ensure they could mass-produce qualified Spartan infants later. To prevent the emergence of puppy love, which might affect combat effectiveness, the training schools incredibly mandated that boys and girls train together, naked, from childhood. This maneuver virtually caused adolescent, improper thoughts to implode on a physical level. Iron coins and communal dining. The Spartans' desire for wealth was completely emasculated. They were required to eat together in public mess halls. They were forbidden to own gold or jewels because those things had no circulating value in their city-state. Their currency, bafflingly, was made of worthless iron. This reminded Plato of the Chinese philosopher Laozi, who lived 150 years before him, and his idea of discarding sageliness and wisdom, making people so simple that they wouldn't value gold, a concept with uncanny cross-cultural similarity. The Spartans' ultimate life goal was simplified into 2 slogans: produce people and send them to war. Consequently, in Sparta, failure to marry and bear children was illegal. If a father managed to produce many children, it was considered a huge contribution to the state, and he would receive rewards and tax exemptions, the ancient model for a baby-making tax break policy. In terms of power structure, Sparta also got creative: a dual kingship plus council system. 2 kings, one for wartime, one for peacetime, sounded charming. But make no mistake, the true decision-maker was the council. The council had a fixed membership of 30, elected by all adult citizens. The two kings were members ex officio, but each had only one vote during legislative, war, and decision-making polls. Their status was equal to that of any ordinary counselor. It was this iron will plus equality system that made Spartan warriors invincible on the battlefield. During the famous Greco-Persian Wars around 480 BC, a mere 300 Spartan warriors, forming a suicide squad, managed to hold back a massive Persian army of 300,000 for days, buying the Greek main forces crucial time for the ultimate victory. Though all 300 warriors eventually fell, their story was adapted into the Hollywood movie 300, whose tagline boldly proclaimed, "Prepare for glory." Plato gazed at Sparta, a place radiating muscle, military code, and iron blocks, and fell into deep contemplation. Could this be my ideal state? A giant militarized boarding school?